एकदन्तं महाकायं तप्तकाञ्चनसन्निभम् एकदन्तं महाकायं तप्तकाञ्चनसन्निभम् लम्बोदरं विशालाक्षं वन्देऽहं गणनायकं वन्देऽहं गणनायकं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम्
मौञ्जी कृष्णाजिनधरं नागयज्ञोपवीतिनं मौञ्जी कृष्णाजिनधरं नागयज्ञोपवीतिनं बालेन्दुविलसन्मौलिं वन्देऽहं गणनायकं वन्देऽहं गणनायकं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम्
अम्बिका हृदयानन्दं मातृभिः परिपालितम् अम्बिका हृदयानन्दं मातृभिः परिपालितं भक्तप्रियमदोन्मत्तं वन्देऽहं गणनायकं वन्देऽहं गणनायकं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम्
चित्ररत्नविचित्राङ्गं चित्रमालविभूषितं चित्ररत्नविचित्राङ्गं चित्रमालविभूषितं चित्ररूपधरं देवं वन्देऽहं गणनायकं वन्देऽहं गणनायकं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम्
गजवक्त्रं सुरश्रेष्ठं कर्णचामरभूषितं गजवक्त्रं सुरश्रेष्ठं कर्णचामरभूषितं पाशाङ्कुशधरं देवं वन्देऽहं गणनायकं वन्देऽहं गणनायकं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम्
मूषिकोत्तममारुह्य देवासुरमहाहवे मूषिकोत्तममारुह्य देवासुरमहाहवे योद्धुकामं महावीर्यं वन्देऽहं गणनायकं वन्देऽहं गणनायकं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम्
यक्षकिन्नरगन्धर्वसिद्धविद्यधरै सदा यक्षकिन्नरगन्धर्वसिद्धविद्यधरै सदा स्तूयमानं महात्मानं वन्देऽहं गणनायकं वन्देऽहं गणनायकं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम्
सर्वविघ्नहरं देवं सर्वविघ्नविवर्जितं सर्वविघ्नहरं देवं सर्वविघ्नविवर्जितं सर्वसिद्धिप्रदातारं वन्देऽहं गणनायकं वन्देऽहं गणनायकं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम्
गणाष्टकमिदं पुण्यं भक्त्या यः पठेन्नरः विमुक्त सर्वपापेभ्यो शिवलोकं स गच्छति।
वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् अतसी पुष्पसङ्काशं हारनूपुरशोभितं रत्नकङ्कणकेयूरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं रत्नकङ्कणकेयूरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कुटिलालकसंयुक्तं पूर्णचन्द्रनिभाननं विलसत्कुण्डलधरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् मन्दारगन्धसंयुक्तं चारुहासं चतुर्भुजं बर्हिपिञ्चावचूडाङ्गं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं बर्हिपिञ्चावचूडाङ्गं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् उत्फुल्लपद्मपत्राक्षं नीलजीमूतसन्निभं यादवानां शिरोरत्नं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं यादवानां शिरोरत्नं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं रुक्मिणीकेलिसंयुक्तं पीताम्बरसुशोभितम् अवाप्ततुलसीगन्धं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् गोपिकानां कुचद्वन्द्व कुङ्कुमाङ्कितवक्षसं श्रीनिकेतं महेश्वासं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीनिकेतं महेश्वासं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीवत्साङ्कं महोरस्कं वनमाला विराजितं शङ्खचक्रधरं देवं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं शङ्खचक्रधरं देवं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं साई कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं साई कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् कृष्णाष्टकमिदं पुण्यं प्रातरुत्थाय यः पठेत् कोटिजन्म कृतं पापं स्मरणेन विनश्यति स्मरणेन विनश्यति
Om. 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 Saishwaraya Vitmahe Satya Devaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. Om Saishwaraya Vitmahe Satya Devaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. Om Saishwaraya Vitmahe Satya Devaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gananam tva ganapati gum havamahe kavim kavinam upamashrabastamam Jeshtarajam brahmanam brahmanaspata anashrunvannuti sadanam Prano Devi Saraswati Vaje Virvajinevati Dhinama Vitrayavatur Ganeshaya Namaha Saraswatyai Namaha Shri Gurupyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Jata Veda se sunavama somamarati yato nidaha divedaha Sanaf Parshadati Durgani Vishwanave Vasindunduridad Yagnihi Tam Agnivarnam Tapasa Jwalandim Vairochanim Karma Paleshu Jushtam Durgam Devi Gum Sharanamaham Prabatye Sudarasitarase Namaha Agne Tvam Parayanavyo Asman Swasti Biradi Durgani Vishwa Pushcha Prithvi Bahulana Urvi Bhavato Kayatanaya Yashanyo Vishwanino Durga Jata Veda Sindhunna Nava Duridati Parshi Agne Atrivan Manasagranano Smakam Bhotya Vita Tanunam Pradhanajitagum Sahamana Mugra Magnigum Huvema Paramat Sadastat Sanav Parashadati Durgani Vishwakshamat Devo Adidurita Yagnihi Pratnoshikamityo Advare Susanachohota Navyascha Satsi स्वाञ्चाग्ने तनुवं बिभ्रयस्वास्मभ्यं च सौभगमाय जस्वा गोभिर्जुष्टमयुजो निषिक्तं तवेन्द्र विष्णोरनुसञ्चरेम नागस्य पृत्स्नमभिसंवसानो वैष्णवीं लोक इह मादयन्ताम् ॐ कात्यायनाय विद्महे कन्याकुमारी धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गी प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
ॐ ब्रह्मात्मन् वदसृजत तदा कामयत समात्मना पद्येयेति आत्मन्नात्मन्नित्यामन्त्रयत तस्मै दशमगुं हूतप्रत्यशृणोतु स दशहूतो भवतु दशहूतो ह वै नामैषः तं वा एतं दशहूतगुं सन्तं दशहूतेत्याचक्षते परोक्षेण परोक्षप्रिया इव हि देवाः आत्मन्नात्मन्नित्यामन्त्रयत तस्मै सप्तमगुं हूतप्रत्यशृणोतु स सप्तहूतो भवतु सप्तहूतो ह वै नामैषः तं वा एतं सप्तहूतगुं सन्तं सप्तहूतेत्याचक्षते परोक्षेण परोक्षप्रिया इव हि देवाः आत्मन्नात्मन्नित्यामन्त्रयत तस्मै शस्तगुं हूतप्रत्यशृणोतु स षड्हूतो भवतु षड्हूतो ह वै नामैषः तं वा एतं षड्हूतगुं सन्तं षड्हूतेत्याचक्षते परोक्षेण परोक्षप्रिया इव हि देवाः आत्मन्नात्मन्नित्यामन्त्रयत तस्मै पञ्चमगुं हूतप्रत्यशृणोतु स पञ्चहूतो भवतु पञ्चहूतो ह वै नामैषः तं वा एतं पञ्चहूतगुं सन्तं पञ्चहूतेत्याचक्षते परोक्षेण परोक्षप्रिया इव हि देवाः आत्मन्नात्मन्नित्यामन्त्रयत तस्मै चतुर्थगुं हूतप्रत्यशृणोतु स चतुर्हूतो भवतु चतुर्हूतो ह वै नामैषः तं वा एतं चतुर्हूतगुं सन्तं चतुर्हूतेत्याचक्षते परोक्षेण परोक्षप्रिया इव हि देवाः तमब्रवीत् त्वं वै मे नेदिष्टगुं हूतप्रत्यशौषीः त्वयैनानाख्यातार इति तस्मानुहैनागुं चतुर्होतार इत्याचक्षते तस्माच्छुश्रूषु पुत्राणागुं हृद्यतमः नेदिष्टो हृद्यतमः नेदिष्टो ब्रह्मणो भवति य एवं वेद Atmane Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Yadakshara padabrashtam matrahinam tu yad bhavet tatsarvam kshamyatam deva narayana namostute visarga bindu matrani padapadaksharani cha nyunani chadiriktani kshamasva saishvara अपराध सहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हन्निसम्मया दासोऽयमिति मामत्वा क्षमस्व साईश्वरा अन्यदा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष साईश्वरा हरिः ओम तत्सत् श्री साईश्वर प्रणमस्तु ओम शांति शांति शांतिः स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महिं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
Om Shri Sai Ram. Brothers and sisters across Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, and all Sai devotees joining us from across the global Sai family. Sai Ram, and welcome to this afternoon's devotional offering in the form of Veda workshop. Before we commence this afternoon's program, the Sai organization of Australia acknowledges the traditional custodians of the country throughout Australia and their connections to land, sea, and community. We pay our respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging. We also pay our respects to the traditional elders in New Zealand and Fiji, and also acknowledge their elders, past and present, upon whose land our Sai brothers and sisters meet to continue Swami's work tirelessly. Plugging into Prasanthi through this Veda workshop, the divine abode and the power source of the global Sai energy helps connect each one of us even more deeply to our beloved Bhagwan's nectar and love. Therefore, this workshop bore fruit to not only bring us closer as one Sai family, but to also provide spiritual nourishment to all, allowing us to revel in the glory of our beloved Bhagwan. With Swami's infinite grace, we are very blessed to have with us this afternoon Sri GR Praveena. Having done his schooling in Swami's school, Alike, he has completed his graduation and post-graduation from Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning in Prasanthi Nilayam. His proficiency lies in various fields, ranging from yoga, Sanskrit literature, athletics, Vedas, and academics. He was one of the students with impeccable career graph. This was recognized with an all-round gold medal by none other than Bhagwan himself. His command over Sanskrit language is indeed a treat to the ear. He was one of the few people whom I know can give an extempore speech in Sanskrit language. He is presently serving in the Sri Sathya Sai Higher Secondary School from past 31 years as a teacher in the Department of Biosciences. The students are blessed to have such a teacher. As an illustration, for the outstanding performances by years 12 students consistently for the past few years, he had received letters of appreciation from Government of India. Also, he is one of the senior members of Prasanthi Mandir Vedam Group. He had also conducted online Vedam classes as part of Radio Sai Vedam Tutor program. He also guided several Vedam aspirants during the Veda Poshna workshop across Karnataka. He spoke numerous times in front of Bhagwan about Vedas and in Sanskrit. He also composed more than 100 verses in Sanskrit. I personally learned some of the mantras during my tenure in Prasanthi Nilayam from him. Today, he will be sharing with us his thoughts and experiences about the topic Vedas and Healing. Following Sir's talk, he will be answering your questions live. So please, may I remind you to post your questions in the YouTube chat box. Please join us as we lovingly welcome Praveena Sir directly from Prasanthi to address us this afternoon. Over to you, sir.
Om Sri Sai Ram. My most humble and prayerful salutations at Swami's lotus feet. I thank Swami for giving me this rare opportunity and also the organizers who are instrumental in doing this. Vedas and healing. Vedas have sacred hymns called mantras. These are sacred because they are revealed to the sages and seers of the ancient times, and that's how they are divine in their origin. Since they are divinely passed on, and even to us by the divine through these seers and sages, they are very, very powerful. The very meaning of mantra, mananat trayate iti mantraha. These are the hymns, these are the verses written in the language Sanskritam, the Deva Bhasha. And these hymns are said to be very powerful and can protect us. Mananat trayate iti mantraha. Merely by chanting these mantras, we will be protected. But how these mantras have to be recited, chanted? Mantra iti shabdasya artha kaha. Ma arthat manas, tra arthat tranam. Tasmat manastranam samayuktam mantram ityabhidiyate. Manasa tranena cha mantram ucharaniyam. So whenever we chant these Vedic mantras, it's always preferable to chant them with full concentration, one focused mind, and trana, the strength, the courage, competency. Then obviously we will be able to get the benefit of chanting these Vedic mantras. As I already said, these mantras are written in the beautiful language of Sanskrit. Incidentally, Sanskrit is a language of sounds. Originally, when the Vedas were written, they were written in a language called Ninanya. But even before that, no language. It was merely passed on in the form of only sound from one person to the other person, and never it was written. However, as the time passed by, Due to some unknown reason, the language Ninanya, okay, disappeared, and then all these Vedic mantras, which are basically sounds, were written in the language called Sanskritam. Sanskrit bhasha Deva bhasha asti. Girvana Bharati iti apara namam. Sanskrit bhasha Ativa sulabha sarala cha vartate. Ativa prachina bhasha cha. Parantu अस्मिन् काले अपि अनेकाः पंडिताः तेषां नित्य जीवने संस्कृत भाषायाम् एव व्यवहरन्ति। अस्मिन् भाषायाः सुललित काव्यं गद्य पद्यानि च रचयन्ति। So that is the beauty of Sanskrit language. Ativa Srimanta bhasha, Sundar bhasha cha. Sanskrit is basically phonetic. It was, as I said, totally Vachya but not Likhita earlier. But now we have this beautiful language, Sanskrit language, a perfect language. Why it is said to be a perfect language? Samyak kritam iti Sanskritam. Refined language, a well-made language. And the language which is articulated based on the system, the vocal system that we have, vocal apparatus. It's very interesting, fascinating to say that whatever we say, we write that way in language of Sanskrit. And whatever we write, we read the same way in Sanskrit. And we can see such sounds which are emanating from the vocal apparatus, which are categorized to be Kantya, guttural, Talavya, the palatal, Murdhanya, the cerebral, Dantya, the dental, and also the Ostya, labial sounds. So that's how sounds emanate from different regions of the vocal apparatus. And accordingly, you can see the modifications are made within the various parts of the vocal apparatus. I still remember an incident which took place, I think the year 1989, when I had written a verse in Sanskrit and then sitting in the Mandir veranda, waiting for Swami's arrival, beautiful darshan. A Swami came out after a while and went around giving darshan for the public. And then Swami came to the place where I was sitting. I was holding that piece of paper where Sanskrit verse was written. Swami came to me and then Swami took the paper in his hand and then asked me. Before that, Swami just looked at the verse once, then closed his eyes. Then Swami asked me, which language? Then I said, Swami, Sanskritam. Swami paused for a while and then said, a very important remark that Swami made. Swami said, Sanskritam, Sanskritam na shvasame. Meaning, Sanskrit is verily my breath. See, Swami himself, the divine, told me that it is his very breath itself, Sanskrit language. So is the beautiful language, Sanskrit. Yasya nishvasitam Veda, yo Vede bhyokilam jagat. Yasya uchvasaha, nishvasaha, Vedaha eva. Sanskrit is the one which is verily the inhalation, exhalation, and that is of the divine. That is of the Swami. Swami himself has revealed it. So that is the beautiful language of Sanskrit. And then when we come to the mantras, what we find in the Vedas, these mantras, as I said, are very, very powerful. The efficacy of Vedic chanting lies in the intonations, swaras, that we see uniquely in these Vedic mantras. However, when we say the mantras are being chanted, there are three important types of powers that are involved in that. Shabda Shakti, Artha Shakti, Bhava Shakti. When we say the Shabda Shakti, all those variations that we see, modulations that we're able to make out when we recite these Vedic mantras, which include such swaras as Udatta, Anudatta, Swarita, Dirgha Swarita, Pluta, Prachaya, Sannitara. There are so many such intonations, primarily 21 types of intonations. But we are very familiar with these intonations such as Udatta, Anudatta, Swarita, Dirgha Swarita, etc. But remember, whenever we chant these Vedic mantras, the modulations, the pitches go high and low because of these swaras. And these swaras carry a lot of power in them. In fact, the power which are originating when we chant these Vedic mantras are mainly due to these swaras that are attached to these Vedic mantras. And of course, even the pronunciation part, the clarity of the words are also very, very important in Vedic chanting. So when we say Artha Shakti is the second one, the meaning with which these mantras do exist, that also matters. And that adds to the efficacy of Vedic chanting. And coming to the Bhava Shakti, with which bhava, with which feeling we are able to chant these Vedic mantras are also equally important. We may be very perfect in chanting. We may be knowing even the meaning of these Vedic mantras, may be very scholarly. However, when we chant these Vedic mantras without any feeling, probably the total effect of Vedic chanting we may not be able to attain. That's how whenever we chant these Vedic mantras with all these three important powers, Shabda Shakti, Artha Shakti, Bhava Shakti. In fact, Bhava Shakti is very, very important, especially for us. Aranto vai Vedaha. Vedas are infinite. So out of this infinite Vedic knowledge, we know very, very, very little. And to know the meaning of these Vedic mantras, of course, it may be very, very difficult. Rather, it may take whole lifetime to know the Vedic meaning. And we never venture into it, to this. However, when we say the bhava with which we are able to chant these Vedic mantras, it's very, very important. We should think of Swami. We should think of the divinity. We should think of the divine energy that can emanate while chanting these Vedic mantras. We know the incident of even pious devotee Shabari, how Shabari waited to receive Lord Rama. And then she went on to collect those fruits in the forest. For whom? For Lord Rama. She could collect some berries and she was waiting to receive Lord Rama. With that beautiful feeling of love for her own Swami, Lord Rama. And she was having doubt whether these fruits, berries which she could collect, they were sweet enough, tasty enough to be offered to Lord Rama, and started tasting each one of them. Yes, and then whichever she could feel, yes, good for Lord Rama, sweet, she separated them, kept them for Lord Rama. And when Lord Rama came, she offered these selected fruits to Lord Rama. Lord Rama never thought, yes, she tasted each one, partook each one of them, tasted each one of them, and then offered to me. No, the feeling was considered. The feeling of love was considered. I think this love is very, very important. The feeling is very important. And it is said, Murkho vadati Vishtaya, Vishtaya, Vidwan vadati Vishnave, Ubhayo Sadrasham Punyam, Bhavagrahi Janardana. A person who may be illiterate may be telling Vishnaya. See, when you say salutations to Lord Rama, we say Ramaya Namaha. So Ramaya Namaha, fine. But when you say Vishnu, we don't say Vishnaya Namaha. Is Ukaranta Pulinga, Vishnave Namaha, it becomes. But an illiterate may not be knowing about this. But he has got good feeling. But a Vidwan Vedati Vishnave, a scholarly one may say Vishnave Namaha, grammatically correct. But Ubayoho Sadrasham Punyam, the merit of chanting will be obtained by both of them, because it is the feeling which matters. Bhavagrahi Janardana. Janardana, the Lord is basically is attracted to the feeling with which we chant these Vedic mantras, do our prayers. That's why it's very, very important that we chant, we recite these mantras with good feelings, with the sacred feelings. We have seen the stone becoming a beautiful statue which gets worshipped later. So how it happens? It is only because it is cut, shaped in that particular way, and it is because of the human feelings and human devotion that's offered to that particular stone, isn't it? Archakasya prabhavena shila bhavati shankaraha. Shila is shila otherwise, merely a stone which is lying somewhere. But the moment it is sculpted, and then the prana pratisthana is done, worshipped, and then the Shila becomes the God himself. Shila become, see, Shankara. So that's how Archakasya Prabhavena Shila Bhavati Shankaraha. So it's very, very important that we have such sacred feelings. And by virtue of these intonations, beautiful pronunciation, all the Vedic mantras, they are said to be having healing power. The very topic that we are discussing today is Vedas and healing power of these Vedic mantras. So all the Vedic mantras, according to me, is really so, are basically mantras that are healing mantras. They have the power to heal. The moment we chant these Vedic mantras in the correct way, we can see that is able to produce positive vibrations around us, within us. So the transformation takes place within us. And also you can see the cleansing of the environment around us. Even scientifically it has been proved how the positive vibrations can be created. And they are created when we chant these Vedic mantras. I think at this juncture, I can give one particular incident which took place long back in the year 1984, December 2nd. I'm sure at least some of you heard about this incident, Bhopal gas tragedy in the state of Madhya Pradesh, in India, a particular city, Bhopal. On the night, December 2nd, what happened? Suddenly there was a tragedy from the carbide plant. There was Union Carbide and there was leakage of this poisonous gas, methyl isocyanate. Yes, it happened all of a sudden. And what was the consequence? You may be knowing, thousands of people died. Lakhs of people became handicapped, got injured, and it's registered. And you can see, during that particular time, a particular family which was living very close to the Union Carbide plant, maybe around 1 mile away from this particular carbide plant. There was a family of Agnihotris who are in the habit of doing this of oblation every day, chanting these Vedic mantras and performing homas regularly. And this family, particular family, also got affected. The person, the head of the family, known as S.L. Kushwa, 45 years aged, and his wife, Triveni, 36 years aged. Suddenly, night at 1:30, they suddenly got up and they saw something happening, especially for they had 2 children, and this wife, she started showing symptoms, coughing, vomiting, and even the children started showing the symptoms of suffocation, vomiting, etc. They did not know what was happening. Suddenly they got up and then they could see through the window people running with panic just outside. And they came to know that this tragedy has happened. They're running helter and skelter. They did not know what to do. It was during that time, Triveni, the wife, she said, okay, let us do one thing. Why not carry out Agnihotra, the ritual which we have been performing with all the chanting of Vedic mantras? Yes, the family agreed to it. Husband took the initiative, started doing this particular Agnihotra, and for the amazement of all these family members, within 15-20 minutes, all the symptoms of the methyl isocyanate MIC gas vanished, disappeared, and the family totally survived the incident. Nothing happened to them. And all those people who are much away from the same region, much away from the point of tragedy, they also got affected. But this particular family, which could carry out Agnihotra with chanting of Vedic mantras, performed homa, okay, they're totally shielded, and all the symptoms vanished, the family protected. Gayantam trayati iti gayatri. Mananat trayati iti mantraha. The one who recites these mantras will be protected. This is the incident which took place in the year 1984. So all these mantras are basically healing mantras. But again, I can possibly categorize all these mantras in a very unique way, with special mantras, unique mantras, and these mantras are called mantras for healing. Mantras for healing. So we got healing mantras, all the mantras, but categorically mantras for healing. So we have quite a few mantras which do exist, which can be seen in this Vedic script, in the Vedic scripture, and we can see such mantras as Roga Nivarana mantra, which starts with Jarayujaha Pratama Usriyo. We have such mantras as Yakshma Nashana mantra, Muncha Mitva Havisha Jivanaya. Here, Yakshma Nashana, all those mantras specifically connected with the cure for the respiratory problems, tuberculosis, Yakshma Nashana mantra, to eradicate that. Then also we have mantra, Krimi Nashana mantra, which even we have started chanting these mantras in the mandir, in the Sai Kulwant Hall regularly, particularly after this pandemic started. So that starts with Atrinatva, Krime Hanmi. Of course, there are quite a few other such mantras which are basically categorized to be Krimi Nashana mantras. Then we have Ayushya Suktam, okay, which is chanted even regularly in Sai Kulwant Hall, which we chant these mantras. So particularly this Ayushya Suktam, to ensure good health, long life, and also it's applied in the Ayushya Homa in the form of various small formula. And you can see such important statements that come as part of Ayushya Suktam. We have Swayusha Mahayama Shashvat, maybe grow better with the life that's granted to us. Similarly, Ishano Devaha Ayu Dadatu, Sana Ayu Dadatu. The deity Ishana should confer long life unto us. It's mentioned in the Aisha Suktam. So who is Aishana? So when we say Ishano Devaha Sana Ayu Dadatu, who is this Ishana? He is Lord Rudra himself. In fact, I'm sure you must be familiar with such mantras. Ishana Sarva Vidyanam, Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam, Brahmadipatihi. Yes, here these are the 5 important phases of Lord Rudra. And you can see Panchamukhi Gayatri, Ishana, Hiranyabahu, Tatpurusha, Sadyojata, and Vamadeva. These are said to be the 5 beautiful phases, Pancha Shira of Pancha Mukhas of Lord Rudra. And now, when we discuss about this Rudram, Lord Rudra, and who is beautifully described in this mantra, Rudram. Okay, I think it's fascinating one. And when we discuss about this particular Rudram, it is very commonly called Sri Rudram, or it's also called Rudradhyayaha. So here, Rudradhyayaha includes both these mantras, that is Namakam and Chamakam. So Namakam and Chamakam both together constitute Rudradhyayaha. It is also called Sri Rudram. But in this Sri Rudram, we can see the application of the Rudram, various way, how it's described here. When you say Rudram, there are dual system of treatment of various ailments. And here you can see dual systems include the first one, the very chanting of Rudram itself. By chanting Rudram, how we are able to get away with the evil. That's one thing. Secondly, the application of mantras in the Rudram. The whole Rudram contains various small formulae, important names, and how these names are very, very powerful, and they are used to eradicate varieties of diseases. That's why when we see the Rudram and we are familiar with that, we can find these important words, important statements such as Om Namah Shivaya. You can see in the 8th Anuvaka, Namah Shivaya, isn't it? And you can see this Namah Shivaya, which is said to be the Panchakshari mantra. This Panchakshari mantra is said to be very, very powerful. Comes as a part of the 8th Anuvaka, Panchakshari mantra. Similarly, we also have Om Namo Rudraya Vishnave Mrityurme Pahi. The last 2 Anuvakas, such important statements as Om Namo Rudraya Vishnave Mrityurme Pahi. Similarly, we also see Maha Mrityunjaya mantra. Om Trembakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urva Rukamiva Bandhanan Mrityo Mukshiya Mamritat. So this beautiful Maha Mrityunjaya mantra is also coming as a part of Rudram. And you can see here Rudram, although because there is shortage of time, I cannot elaborate on this, but this beautiful Rudram is said to be mantra which can find solution for all the problems, especially in terms of diseases that one suffers from. There are each one shloka, the verse that we see in the Rudram gives a complete solution for one type of disease. That's why Rudram is said to be a very powerful mantra. And Lord Rudra is said to be the healer. He is said to be the most powerful healer. And when we say the Rudram word is derived from the root word called Rud. Rud iti shabdasya arthaha kaha. Rud iti root shabdasya arthaha rodati. Yaha Rodati, the one who howls. So Lord Rudra is a howler. And remember, what does he howl? He says, yes, I'm here. I'm here to cure the disease. I'm here to give a solution for your problems. Uchchair Ghoshaya Kandayate Rudraha. So you can see in the Rudram itself, Uchchair Ghoshaya Kandayate Pattinam Pataye Namaha. Yaha Uchchaswarahi Ghoshayati. The one who screams, one who howls. What does he howl? Yes, I am here to protect you. That's one thing. And second meaning is, he is also healer, healing all the diseases. And Lord Rudra is said to be the best of the physicians who can cure all the diseases. So that's how Lord Rudra is said to be such a Lord who can cure all the diseases. And to me, at least, this Rudram is said to be very, very, I have experienced how powerful it is. And whenever we chant this Rudram, we also usually follow this one by chanting the second mantra, the Chamakam. So Rudram, Chamakam put together is said to be, Sri Rudram is also called Shatarudriya. And in what way? We also know Swami himself is said to be the greatest of the healers. He can heal everything. I remember an incident, again, which took place maybe around 20-25 years back. It happened in Vrindavan when Swami was there in Vrindavan. There was huge crowd, a very big crowd which had come for Swami's darshan. And that particular morning, everyone was seated, all the devotees were seated there in the Sai Ramesh hall. And Swami had come out for darshan. In his divine way, Swami started moving around, waving his hand, gliding, beautiful robe, and how divinely Swami was looking. And it was at that time, Swami happened to pass by a particular devotee, a lady devotee, who was sitting in the very first line. Unfortunately, what happened was, she had a problem with her hand. Her hand got injured since 10 to 12 years, I think. And she was sitting there. She was not able to open her arm like this. Her hand got damaged, some problem, bone problem, skeletal problem, and she could not open it like this for last 12 years. And the couple, in search of some treatment for this, some remedy for this, went on to visit all the top grade hospitals. None could help them. Finally, somebody suggested, why don't you go to Sai Baba? Why don't you meet Sai Baba? Pray to him and see, something can happen. With little faith, they came to Whitefield. The couple was from Visakhapatnam, from Andhra Pradesh. So finally, they resorted to Swami. They came here to Whitefield. And luckily, that day, the lady got the first row to be seated. And then, as she was sitting there, waiting for Swami, Swami passed by her without any distinct, extra grace apparently shown. But Swami just passed by her. And as Swami was passing by, her hand, she was holding like this, and Swami's beautiful robe happened to just touch, tip of the robe, touch her hand. And the moment Swami passed her, the hand became all right. It became totally all right. And she was fully taken aback. What happened to her? Swami was natural. Swami is natural. I did not make a big scene out of it. Swami just passed by and went away after that. After darshan, everyone was dispersing, and this particular lady, along with her husband, they were standing near the hostel Vrindavan hostel, boys hostel over there. And I happened to go to the same place, and both of them were here, they're crying. And I went and asked, why are you crying? I asked that gentleman, the husband, why you are crying and this radius was crying? What happened? And it's during that time he narrated this incident. See, sir, just now as Swami passed by, Swami's tip of robe happened to touch her hand, and we could not treat her for so many years. Nothing could happen, nothing could cure her. But one small touch of the robe could make her hand fully all right. And we don't have anything to say, and we are in tears. I'm witness to this. I think no better healer can we see in this universe. Mere a touch of the robe of divine can cure this. There's a power of Swami. Power of Swami's robe. And I have seen through my own eyes in Prasanthi Mandir at least 3 to 4 times when devotees came and Swami used to call these devotees, especially I could recollect 2 or 3 incidents when a small group of foreigners had come and Swami had called them for the interview. Okay, and as they came towards the interview room, they were brought in, a particular actually old man, he was brought in sitting on the wheelchair. A group of around 11 to 12 people were there, including some of the ladies, and he was pushed. The wheelchair was pushed, and Swami called them just before entering into the interview room, and Swami just watched this old man sitting in the wheelchair, and Swami said, "What happened?" He was not telling anything. Okay, I was sitting very close there only, and then Swami said, "Come on, get up." He was very reluctant. He was hesitant. Then Swami infused more confidence onto him. Then Swami said, "Come on, get up." He was trying to get up, could not do it. Then immediately Swami bent down, tapped on his knees 2-3 times. Then Swami said in a commanding way, "Come on, get up." Lo and behold, fraction of a second, he got up and I saw him, okay, slowly getting up. And Swami said, "Come on, walk into the interview room." And I have seen him walking into the interview room, and Swami took him into the interview room along with other people in the group, and interview went on for nearly 1 hour. After 1 hour, the whole group came out along with this person walking almost normally. And this I have seen at least 3 to 4 times such incidents taking place in the very proximity of Bhagwan, and Swami did it. Rudram is the healer, the greatest healer. Swami is the greatest healer. What is the difference between Swami and Rudram then? I have seen this. Yes. Now, in this context, also Swami said, at least quite a few number of occasions I remember, Swami said, "Rudram chepte bhadranga untaru," in Telugu, meaning if you chant Rudram, you'll be safe and secure. Rudram chepte bhadranga untaru. When you chant this mantra, this particular mantra, Rudram, of course, all mantras are important, all mantras are beautiful. But when you chant Rudram, I think special place in Swami's mind, Swami's heart. I've seen quite a few number of times when Swami said, "Come on, boys, you stand up, chant Rudram, chant Namakam." And to the Vedam group in the Sai Kulanth hall, Swami is to sit, okay, they're right in front of us, and Swami is to tell, "Come on, chant Rudram." And when we used to chant, Swami is to stop us somewhere in the middle. Okay, come on, stop. After just 1 or 2 minutes, again, Swami is to tell, "Come on, start Rudram." Which means, it's for us to get the message from this. Chant Rudram repeatedly. Okay, and so it so happened that even when Swami became physically unwell and Swami used to come in the wheelchair, many of the devotees Okay, I mean, all of us used to feel very, very sad, Swami. You're divine. Okay, you're so close to us. You're loving mother to each one of us. But we don't want to see you coming in the wheelchair, Swami. Please cure yourself. In fact, there are so many devotees, including many of the students and staff. Swami, please cure yourself. Tell us, Swami, what we can do from our side to make you see just like what you used to be earlier. Okay, Swami knows his own, the drama. Okay, he's the, he controls everything. But during that time, Swami said, Bangaru, chant Rudram, chant Rudram. So for the recovery, Swami said, chant Rudram. So very, very powerful mantra. Rudram chapte bhadrangga untar. Swami's words. Yes, and no doubt we have even the Puranas mentioning about this. One sage Yajnavalkya was asked by a spiritual aspirant, Guruji, by chanting which mantra eternal life can be obtained. It is during that time the sage Yajnavalkya said, Shatarudriya, which is nothing but Sri Rudram, meaning Namakam Chamakam. It's mentioned in Jabali Upanishad. Similarly, it is mentioned in the Shiva Purana. Rudradhyayi vaset yatra nagare piva grame piva vyadhi durbhiksha choradi badha tatra na jayate. Whoever recites this Sri Rudram, okay, will be protected from all type of problems, okay, including theft, including the drought conditions and any other diseases, etc. So this is mentioned in the Shiva Purana. So we can see such beautiful mantra can give us solace and can be healing all our problems. And then we also have Dhanvantari, which is said to be, Dhanvantari is said to be or considered to be the Lord of Ayurveda medicine. And chanting mantra connected with the Lord Dhanvantari is also very, very powerful. Om Tat Purushaya Vidmahe Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Dhimahi Tanno Dhanvantara Prachodayat. Tanno Dhanvantari Prachodayat. So this is the Gayatri connected with the Lord Dhanvantari. And also we have many other mantras which are very, very specific regarding healing process. That's why we can call them mantras for healing. Then, not the last, not the least, we have what we chant the first. That's Om. Om. Pranavaha. Pranavaha mantranam setuhu. Om. A beautiful formula itself, a mantra itself. Pranavaha mantranam setuhu. A, U, M, Etat Trayam Militva Om Ityaksharam Bhavati. When we chant this Om, Akara, Ukara, Makara come together, and chanting Om calms one's own mind and helps us bring positive energy into the body. It reduces stress, relaxes body. I'm sure most of us are in the habit of chanting this Om Kara in the morning during Suprabhatam time. Before we go for Sai Suprabhatam, we chant Omkaram 21 times. So this beautiful mantra, which is said to be the very, very powerful mantra, and Pranavaha Mantranam Setu, it is a very bridge which can take us across the ocean of Vedic wisdom. The Om is not just a sound, it is the very way of the universe. It is the first sound of the universe. And chanting Om, scientifically it is proved, scientifically it is shown that it can also help us improve our immune system and self-healing powers. And scientists say that when we chant mantra, any mantra for that matter, it creates a neuro-linguistic effect. And there is a creative intelligence increase when we chant these Vedic mantras. but it has to be chanted in the correct way because the sequence really matters. When we say, for example, Agni Mile Purohitam, it has to be chanted in the same way. Agni Mile Purohitam. But if we chant, for example, Ile Agni Purohitam, the sequence is lost. Effect is lost. The vibration is different. That's why Vedic mantras, when we chant, has to be chanted in the correct way, the correct sequence, which is able to produce a positive vibration around us. Parantu atra adya Swami eva Veda Purusha, Swami eva Prema Purusha, Swami eva Nitya Purusha, Satya Purusha. Yatra asmakam priya Swami asti, yatra vayam sarve chatraha, tatra mahat karyaha nisandehena bhavati. Swamina dattam tanu mana dhanam sarvam tasmai eva arpanam kartum vayam sarve samsiddhaha bhavema ityuktva. Thank you for giving such a great opportunity. Thanks, Swami. And Swami, give us all the strength to chant these Vedic mantras and learn these Vedic mantras more and more. I still remember one small incident. Before I wind up, I'll tell you what happened, because I consider this to be a great opportunity given to each one of us. Chanting Vedic mantras, propagating Vedic message to everyone across the globe. Great opportunity. Once it happened in the mandir that Swami was outside giving darshan for the public in the Sai Kulund hall, and huge gathering was there. Boys were also sitting there, a staff was sitting there, and Swami, after giving darshan to the public, Swami has turned this way and coming almost the path where students were seated. And Swami is about to come. At the same time, there was a small twig, okay, had fallen down right in the middle of the path of Swami, and boys are seeing that. And boys who are sitting very close to it, they started actually mentally discussing what to do. See, Swami is coming now, and there's a small twig which may have hurt Swami. We have to remove it. But boys sitting there around, they're thinking, okay, it may disturb the this one environment right now. Okay, this serene atmosphere right now, we will not venture into that. They're hesitant to come and pick up and remove the twig. Somebody is about to come, but they again became hesitant. Nobody removed it. Finally, Swami is approaching very, very close. And yes, Swami came near, okay, and Swami saw the twig. See, physically, Swami did not see even these boys doing gestures. Okay, come on, you take, you go and take, you go and remove. But none of them did it. Physically, Swami did not see that. But Swami knows what is going on in the minds of these boys. And Swami, as passed by this particular, before Swami came to that particular spot, what happened was a small sparrow came from somewhere close there only, came there, picked up the twig and flew away. That's all. And these boys, they're stunned. They could not do it. The sparrow came and took it away. And Swami, as Swami came, Swami did not see the sparrow physically, did not see the boys, what is going on. But the moment Swami came to the spot, Swami just stopped for a while and just said in a smiling face, Swami said, you think only you can do my work? And then Swami moved away. So Swami's work, anybody can do it. But it is our opportunity. If we are able to grab this opportunity, definitely our life will be sanctified. If not we, it will go on to somebody else. Why not we? Why can't we take this opportunity and really sanctify our lives? Avatar has come and he has given us this great opportunity. Let us pray to Swami. Swami, please take us closer and closer and never let us go away from you, and give us more opportunity to serve you. And let Swami bless each one of us. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful and nectarine experience to our ears. Just a reminder to all, if you want to post more questions, still the chat box is open, although we have got an influx of questions here, sir. Really, sir, it was so motivational from your side actually to link the present context and the Swami's message. It was so clear, especially the Bhava Shakti, what you have instilled in us today. That's a key learning to us. If you don't mind, sir, can I start off with the question, sir?
Yes, please, please.
Sure, sir. So the first question came up as, when did you start learning Vedam? What do you think are the essential requirements for a person to start Vedic studies?
Okay. Sairam, I started learning Vedas during my childhood days, maybe at the age of around 15 years. I used to attend Vedam camp during summer vacation. Every summer vacation around 20 days camp. So I went for this camp for 3 successive years as student. And then because of Swami's grace, I could get that competency. And 4th year, they invited me as a teacher, teaching in the very camp itself, teaching the Vedic mantras and other Bhagavad Gita and yoga, etc. So that's how it started when I was age 15 years. And then after that, once I came to Swami's fold, earlier in the Alike school, and then in Puttaparthi here, 1984, I could learn more and more Vedic mantras and could get opportunity to even to share these Vedic mantras with many others. And
thank you,
second
sir.
question you asked, who can, what is the eligibility, something like that. Let me tell you one thing. Swami made everyone, and in fact, Swami instructed Vedas, Vedic mantras can be learned by each and everyone. In fact, Swami emphasized everyone should learn Vedic mantras. Okay, going beyond caste, creed, country, religion, Swami said, yes, you can learn and it can do wonderful thing to each one of us. And even going beyond the gender, I can tell you at this juncture how even some of the mantras are given by Rishikas, the ladies, not Rishis, Rishikas. We have such examples as Apala, Indrani, Vishwavara, Lopamudra, Surya Gayatri, Sarparajani, Shashiyasi. They are all Rishikas who could get these divine revelations during their meditative states and could share to others. In fact, Devi Suktam, what we have, okay, Aham Rudrebhir Vasubhischa, which is also called Vagamrani Suktam. And here, Vag is the name of that particular Rishika, daughter of sage Amrina. So she became Brahmavadini. That's why she says, Aham Rudrebhihi Vasubhischa. She attained that highest stage of identifying herself with Rudra, Vasu, everything. So it is open to everyone. Everybody can chant. Saira.
Thank you, sir. It was so inspirational for the audience, actually. So they'll start more and be eager on that. So the second question came up, sir, is like, what are the most important things to keep in mind while chanting Vedam? You have partly answered, sir, but it would be great if you expand on that, actually.
I feel one has to have the interest in learning Vedas, sincerity in learning Vedic mantras, and that earnestness. That itself is the eligibility. As I said, it goes beyond any kind of what you call the boundaries. Anybody can learn it, but as long as we have this earnestness, pure thought, and respect and regard for these Vedic mantras, and then we are really sincere in getting this Vedic knowledge. Okay, and that person may be a small boy, or maybe a small girl, maybe a child, maybe aged one, maybe a lady, maybe a gent. Anybody can possibly learn this. But the physical cleanliness, usually Vedic chantings are done after we make ourselves, our body clean, and then also having made ourselves, okay, mentally prepared for it. That means we are pure to accept this Vedic energy. I think then we become more eligible and we can chant Vedic mantras. Saira.
Thank you, sir. So the next question is, personally, it is a very dear question, sir. Whatever the person who had asked, it's really nice, sir. It is so nostalgic about Rudram, what we had seen in the entire journey, sir. So the question goes like, what is the importance of chanting Rudram in different ways? For example, Varanasi Rudram. So different North Indian, South Indian, the styles are different. So the question is pertaining in that way, sir, actually.
Yeah. Okay, Sairam. Regarding Vedic chanting, we can see a bit of variations, different versions. Even if you take such mantras as Sri Suktam, okay, are being chanted differently in different places. In fact, some of the places, okay, some paragraphs, some verses are not to be seen at all. Okay, and even the different styles of chanting. Okay, there is a Dravidian style of chanting and various other style of chanting. And north, if you go to the northern region of this one, India, little different way, this one type of chanting we can see. But these are considered to be different sampradayas only. Okay, and each one is actually supposed to stick on to his own or her own sampradaya while chanting these Vedic mantras, and effect is the same. So one can stick on to the sampradaya with which the mantras have come, the tradition has come up, and can follow the same sampradaya and get the same benefit. Sorry.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. That gives more clarity, because often there is a debate actually, the person who is chanting on the other side is not correct, or what we are chanting is the right one. Or so when we actually teach students, we say actually this is what we follow, this is what we got from our gurus actually. So we are teaching you in this style. This does not mean that the other styles are incorrect or something like that, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks for throwing that light actually on us. So there are a couple of questions, a bit more detailed questions on the mantras, what you have mentioned, sir. For example, like how can we get the script of Yakshmanashana mantra, and does it require Diksha to chant? So that's one of the questions which had come in, sir. If you want to keep it for a later stage, actually, we can keep that, sir. Or if you want to talk about it, please, sir.
See, there are mantras, as just refer to the Yakshmanashana mantra, mainly the problems connected with the respiratory system. Okay, and we must know that different mantras actually focus on giving remedy to specified diseases, disorders. Even Vedas talk about what you call the water therapy. Okay, and there are many other mantras which discuss, okay, in detail about various different types of diseases. Okay, Yakshmanashana mantra is available in the Vedic scripture. I think even if you refer to the commonly available text with us, there's a mantra, Pushpam, or whatever book that we have very commonly people are referring to. I think it is there. If it's not there, even I can provide that particular script, Yakshmanashana mantra. So this can be chanted in a correct way, possibly to get relief from such problems connected with the respiratory, our systems. Yes,
definitely.
And
sir,
for chanting this, there's no extra diksha is required. We are very, very fortunate because Swami himself has made these things very, very simpler for us, isn't it? Otherwise, actually, if you go by the tradition, many of the tradition, they don't allow. Even there is particular dressing. Okay, so you wear pant, jeans, all these things, then chanting Vedic mantras. I don't know how many people really accept this. There are certain sects where people are very, very specific. We have to only wear dhoti, angavastram, okay, nothing else, something like that. But we are very fortunate. Swami has simplified and Swami has blessed us. And we have recited this mantra sitting in front of Swami wearing pant and shirt. And Swami has blessed us. And Swami has not given us any extra diksha, but Swami has given permission. Yes, we have been learning through the person who is competent enough to teach these Vedic mantras, learned under them, and we have been reciting this. I think that itself is enough. Their feeling, as I said, bhava is important. And whenever we may commit mistake, parantu edakshara padabrashtam antime, we have to chant in the end. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. So there is another specific question again on the healing and actually on the problematic, the problems associated with that, sir. So the question goes like this: is there a problem if I chant mantras with the wrong intonations? I remember the story, sir, but I want you to really illustrate on it to the people, sir, actually here.
Yes. Yeah, wrong intonations. Obviously, the moment we say we are chanting wrongly, it may mean a different thing, or it may become meaningless. Mithya prayukte na tam artham aha. Mithya prayukte na tam artham aha. Tam artham na aha. Mithya prayukte. Once we chant wrongly, differently, mithya, tam artham na aha, that meaning will not come. However, here, so this is somewhat common, especially in the early stages of our learning. But when we chant regularly, when we practice regularly, as the errors become less and less, and when we really are competent enough to chant, okay, somewhat correct version, okay, I think that is the time when we will be able to get the maximum benefit out of it. That's why we chant, because making mistakes may be somewhat common in the early stages of our learning. So that's why anyatha sharanam nasti yat aksharam padabrashtam matra hinant bhavet tat sarvam kshamyatam. Oh God, oh Lord Sai, please forgive us, because anyatha sharanam nasti, there's no other refuge. Tvameva sharanam mama, we bow to you, we seek your forgiveness, please forgive us. I think this is the only way, but let's not hesitate to learn, thinking that, okay, we may commit mistake. We will commit mistake. A baby, before walking, obviously falls down so many times, but a time will come, very competently will be able to walk, run. Yes, that is the practice. So let us not worry about that. Let us learn with sincerity and earnestness, with full effort. Let us learn and then offer it to Bhagwan. Mistakes are there. Let Swami forgive us. Saira.
Thanks a lot, sir. This gives really a good, because this is the question which we generally get as teachers. We get this particular question often, sir, in the sense that, okay, when can we chant as a group? Okay, when do you think actually is the right time? Or we know actually we are getting intonation mistakes. What needs to be done? But this answer will really reflect them with their thoughts, actually. So there is one more question, sir, which is personally from all our teachers. Please suggest us, because you are dealing with a youngest generation whom I know, actually, from 8th class to 12th class people, actually the most complicated and the most difficult batch to deal with. Okay, I feel. So the question is like, please suggest if you have any tips to attract younger generations to learn Vedam. How should we do that actually?
I feel we can show more and more videos, photos that younger generations have spent with Swami, and what chance Swami had given to this younger generation. I cannot forget. In fact, what you see here, or what you shown earlier, primary school children, they're going to Swami and Swami patting them and Swami encouraging them, come on, learn Vedic mantras. Okay, and Swami is giving blessings to them. And I still remember those days, once in Sai Kulanthal, when Swami said, okay, those to the school students, Swami said, come on, all of you should learn, okay, the Narayana Suktam. And whoever can chant very well Narayana Suktam, I'll take them to Kodaikanal. You see, such God is giving some kind of incentive. And Swami said, I'll give you prizes to them. And believe it or not, Swami, after putting this particular statement, after giving few days, when the boys came for chanting in the mandir, the Vedic mantras, Swami is very happy. Boys had learned these Vedic mantras. These boys chanted in front of Swami, and Swami gave them prizes. I have seen with my own eyes how Swami encouraged them. I think we can really show these videos and we can tell them the benefit of chanting Vedic mantra, especially for the students. Enormous increase in the, I can guarantee you, memory power, concentration power, scientifically proved. And I can tell you here in Prasanthi Nilayam, how students are able to do very well in the board examination, despite involving themselves in varieties of activities. For example, board exam is there in the month of March or April. What happens mainly in the month of March? You can see the boys involved, full involvement in the month of January, nearly 20-25 days in these sports meet, other activities, drama activities. But yet, when it comes to the question of what you call board examination results, all top. Okay, but maybe all students, majority of the students passed in distinction, above 90%. How is it possible? Tell me. They're studying less, involving themselves in varieties of activities, but every day Vedam chanting, Vedam chanting. And we are doing it, seeing the result. I think these are the illustrations that we can put before the students and encourage them to chant these Vedic mantras.
Thank you, sir. We'll just try our best actually on that particular things. I still remember the importance what Swami gives there. Personally, 2008, if you remember the Rudram, the flow of Rudram, how it happened for Sahasrandra Darshan by Swami, yes. Actually, how he encouraged each and everyone. So I completely agree with you. So we'll try to actually portray those and we try to attract a younger generation, sir. So there is one other question actually which we had got, sir. This is yes. Very interesting. The Mrityunjaya mantra, actually the Mrityunjaya mantra is chanted bit differently from what other people chant, actually the style or the mix of the sentences what we actually have. Okay, so they are asking like, why do we do it separately in Prasanthi Nilayam as opposed to any other institute with respect to Vedam? Actually, Trayambakam Yajamahe from this.
Are you referring only to Mrityunjaya mantra? There's Trayambakam Yajamahe. Or the post. Yes. Okay. First of all,
after 11th, yes, sir. Sorry.
Yeah. Firstly, when we discuss about this particular Mrityunjaya mantra, which comes as a part of the Rudram, let me tell you, this is not originally there in the Rudram. Okay, it's added up later. It's called Kila Bhaga, Kila Mantra Bhaga. Okay, which has been added to it much later. Originally, in the Rudram, even you don't find Namaste Astu Bhagavan Vishveshwaraya Mahadevaya. It's not there. This is also Kila Bhaga. Okay, so these are added later. Okay, referring to or giving a link to the Lord Shiva whom we worship now. Incidentally, let me tell you, Rudram, where the whole Rudram, this mantra is there. It's not on Lord Shiva, Shankara, whom we worship right now. Lord Shiva, Shankara, whom we worship right now, with this, what you call the Ganga, the Jatadhari, all this description, you don't find in the Rudram Parvati, Ramana, you don't find the Gangadhari in the Rudram, because this Rudram or Shiva that we worship today in the temples, okay, is a god who is little differently viewed during those days. Rudram is said to be Hiranyabahu and Dhanush, having a bow arrows, different Rudram. So you can see there is little difference regarding that, but same energy, same divine power. And that Rudram is correlated with the Shiva or Shankara whom we worship right now. So to link that, oh, Namaste Astu Bhagavan Vishveshwaraya. So that is added. Okay.
Thank you so much.
And when we say little different with regard to the sentence sequences, okay, even I am not sure why it has come, but the only thing I know that it has come from those days where our Kamodani Garu, who used to chant in front of Swami, and Swami had said no about, Swami had not said no about this chanting, and he used to chant like that, and he passed it on to the subsequent generation, the same sequence, and we have learned from him. And in the whole ashram here, it has been retained. And the same sequence has been chanted in front of Swami several times. Okay, and Swami had not made any change. Okay, and the customary or the tradition goes by that from that particular time. Such a huge, such a great Pandit, our Kamodani Garak, from that time itself, it has come like that, and we are following the tradition.
Thank you, sir. I remember the same answer actually from when we asked as when we are learning from you, Vednarayan sir, and we got the same answer. So I remember, sir, actually, but thanks for reiterating that particular thing for the audience, sir. So there are many questions, sir, actually, which are coming in now, if I see. So maybe in the interest of time, we'll actually stop here, sir. And really, sir, thank you so much, sir, actually, for uplifting our divine journey in a relation to Vedic mantras and just reminiscing us in the experiences of our Lord Sai. And we really are more knowledge, and we are plugged to Swami's infinite divine love through these mantras and through illustrations what you have given, sir. We thank you with love for your time, efforts, and making yourselves available for us today, sir, actually. So we look forward to more sessions like this. Thank you, sir. So we look forward to more sessions like this, sir, and pray to Swami that it won't be too long. We all to be in person in Prasanthi Nilayam again, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Sairam, sir. And also, just to mention, sir, actually we generally do Rudram every Saturday in the morning around 8:30, sir. Keeping this in context now with Bhava Shakti, we'll try to do more fervently on this, sir. Thanks a lot.
Sairam.
We close the prayer by chanting the Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.